Okay. So I hope everybody has read this verse, second one.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Oh, that's very nice. Okay. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायम् उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी. So, so the second verse, right? So very famous verse. Okay. And it gives the qualification who can understand Bhagavatam. Dharma प्रोजिहित कैटवो अत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां शतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भगवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परेर्ईश्वरा सद्योरुधि अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषु भित्स्तक्षणात्. So, we'll just read translation and then some sharing. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Complete rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated, this Bhagavad Puran profounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion of welfare for all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam compiled by Sri, the great sage Vyasdev in his maturity is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within the heart. Right. So here the qualification is given, right? Nirmatsarana. So Srila Prabhupada translates that pure in heart. But Matsara means envy, Irsha. Right? Nirmatsarana means person who is free of envy. Right? He can understand this transcendental nature. So that's why the religious activities, dharmasya purojita kaitavo, religious activities are rejected. So when we say religious activities in the purport, it is mentioned like three kind of activities, right? Uh, Going to the higher planets, going to the devatas, and going merging into supreme, right? These activities are rejected. So we are talking about transcendental thing, right? So the supreme Lord, right? The supreme Lord is beyond this. And then it is said that Vyasadeva wrote this Bhagavatam after writing all the Shastra and all the Puranas, right? So it's a matured stage when he has already written so many Vedas, so many scriptures. He wrote Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam only talks about Krishna and his devotees. But at the same time, Bhagavatam is also said as Mohini, right? So though this sloka said it is rejecting all the other processes, right? But still, if you read Bhagavatam, why it is called Mohini? Because it gives a person what he wants. So like person, if a devotee wants bhakti, he will get that from Bhagavatam. If somebody wants fruitive activities, he can get those from by reading Bhagavatam also. Those who want to go to impersonal liberation, they can also get that. So Bhagavatam is like it can give anybody what they want. Hmm. So now the last line is also very important, right? Satya Rudhi Avarudhyate. So who Kriti bhi, a person, right? Here Kriti bhi is mentioned as uh, by a pious man. Right? Pious means those who are free from matsara or envy. So envy to any other living being, envy to Krishna also. He's free from that. And when he hears Srimad Bhagavatam, how he hears? In a submissive mood. In a submissive mood, not a challenging mood. If he hears Srimad Bhagavatam, then what happens? Uh, Avarudyate. Sadyo Ridhi Avarudyate. Immediately, Sadyo means fast, right? Quick. Immediately, Ridhi Avarudyate. What comes in the heart? Sri Krishna. So Krishna automatically comes in his heart, takshanat, without delay. So this word tachanat, right? It's two times sadhyo and tachanat. It is basically quickly. So like afternoon we were discussing, quickly does not mean that today I read, after 5 minutes Krishna comes. No, it will come when you are nirmatsara, when you are gone beyond this concept of envy, right? Envy is in material world. How why it comes? Because we want something that we don't have, or somebody gets something that we don't have, that also we don't like. So but then people become envious. Devotees also can become envious, right? So but that's why bhakti, though we are doing bhakti, there is always risk of mix of these different anarthas. Uh, and so that's why, like, even after 40, 50 years, 30 years of chanting, uh, some devotees uh, don't get the rasa or test. Right? So why? If you want to test Srimad Bhagavatam, you have to give up the envy to anything. And then you can understand Bhagavatam. How you understand? Because Krishna himself comes and gets attached to this person who is reading Srimad Bhagavatam in this mood. Uh, So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada also mentions about uh, the material miseries, right? What are the three miseries? By our body, by others, and by natural. And why then Srila Prabhupada explains about Nirmatsara. So he explains that how these material activities or religious activities, this competitive spirit comes into picture, and that creates because of envy. And then all the focus, rather than achieving something transcendental, we waste our time in this competitive spirit and trying to achieve that somebody else has. Mm. Or trying to hold the things that we have, not releasing them. So this is all the spirit of material thing. But if Bhagavatam is beyond all these things, right? So to understand Bhagavatam, we have to give up our anarthas. Of course, not immediately, maybe slowly it will happen. And then Shri Krishna immediately gets established. So these are few points that I found very useful, and which can help anyone to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. So anybody has any other comments or points that we should think or discuss, then please, we have 5 more minutes to go.
But you summarize every point.
Mm,
The, yeah, I think the main point was the last point key, that shushur word, the desire to hear Bhagavatam.
mm,
So here the meaning is written by culture, but if you click on that na,
mhm,
then you will shushur be on that word. Yeah,
mm.
if you click on that, it is also mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah,
It is the
desiring to.
desiring to hear.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I think we are fortunate that we are miss you are helping us to generate a desire for us so
yeah.
that we can also learn Bhagavatam. So yeah, thank you.
Actually, this is very good point. Like, we have to find out devotees who like to read and who like to hear. Very rare thing. Okay, so if we are able to do this, helping each other, very nice. Yes, thank you, Anmol. Any other points, Mataji's, who is in the.
Yeah, just I want to add up with
Yeah.
Anmol Prabhuji's
Yeah.
uh, point.
Uh-huh.
We have to hear from the pure devotees. That's most important. Although we have desire, we
Uh-huh.
have to from the pure devotees. That's most important. Thank you so much. We are
Yes,
able to
yes, yes, yes.
ask from
Yeah. Correct. From whom you hear is also very important. Right. For Shri is a desire to hear from pure devotees. When we say pure devotees, it's the devotees who don't have this envy or competitive spirit. Then all the meaning is gone. Yes, Mataji, thank you very much. Any other points? Yes. As soon as one attentively and submissively hears, very important. Submissively, just accept as it is, whatever is there. Any other points somebody will like to add or share?
Yeah, just I want to add
Mhm.
the Vedas gives only dharma, artha, kama, moksha.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's again we come here and suffer again and again. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vyasadeva himself themselves they told Bhagavata Purana is the best to God relationship.
Yeah. Correct. This is important point. Like Srimad Bhagavatam itself is enough to realize God completely. Here, ne? Vedam Vastavam Atra Vastu Shivadam Tapa Trayo Moolanam. So it is 100% enough for us, right? Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute Kim Va Parai Rai Ishwara. If Srimad Bhagavatam itself is enough to understand God completely, why we need any other scripture? Right. This is, yeah, Mataji, it's very important point. It's enough. Because Vyasadeva has written this after writing everything. So he has given the essence of all the Puranas, Upanishads, everything in Srimad Bhagavatam. And that everything condenses to Sri Krishna and his devotees. That's why Bhagavatam is very sweet. Yes, Mataji, thank you. It's an important point. Yes. If no other points, then we can close today, if it's okay for everyone. Okay. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, नित्याय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for taking up time to read and share. So tomorrow we'll read the next 1.1.3. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.